Hi. 5 videos today. 5 videos today. My God, things are absolutely flying at the moment. I don't know what's going on. Absolutely chaos. Manchester City have allegedly just bid over 50 million euros for Matheus Nunes from Wolves. I've done. Oh, there you go. Where did it start? The day started just nice and calmly with Beric Eze. And then it was like, do we want Nunes or Eze? Then Bernardo extends an hour ago. Then Laporte left. And now I'm talking about City bidding for Nunes because, according to Fabrizio, it's official that we've bid for Nunes. Fabrizio Romano. There's a bit of news there from Tolmy as well about Eze wanting to know City's extent of the interest. That makes an awful lot of sense as well. What's Fabrizio saying? Let's find your man, Fabrizio, about Matheus Nunes. Fabrizio saying we've agreed personal terms. There we go. So apparently Romano says, I'm out of date. I might update the title. City agreed terms with 50 million Matheus Nunes. There we go. I'm going to update the video title because that's actually what he said. Apparently, he only agreed it's accepted City's destination. Personal terms agreed. Total proposal is excess of 50 million with add-ons discussed in package. It's all going off. It's absolutely all going off. I am exhausted today. What a crazy day of football. I like Matheus Nunes. I think he's a really good footballer, and to be honest, I've got proof from earlier on, about a year ago, before he linked. I had a feeling that we were going to be, that he could have been a really good signing for us. Let me find the thread. So I did this about when we were linked to him back in last year before he went to Wolves. May 13th, 2020, I did a little thread. I said, just spend a bit of time watching clips of him. I said, honestly reckon he's most likely. I was wrong. Maybe I was right, but just a year ahead. So to be honest, you can see where we're linked to. He's just a Man City player already stylistically. I say he looks like an amalgamation of so many that we've had in recent years. His gait and build reminds me of Cancelo so much when he's dribbling with the ball. He stands upright, glides forwards with a deceptive turn of pace, and is also more than a passing resemblance to a young Gundogan. Looks like the sprightly Gundogan that gave City such a tough time while at Dortmund. Lively, good dribbler, forward-thinking, smart retention. At the same time, some of his tackling seems agricultural but effective. Fernandinho when he first joined, anyone? The early third comparison actually seems the most apt for me. When he came, he was more of a box-to-box player. I can see that in Nunes. Nunes is clearly not a 6, definitely more of an 8. Gets forward well, will work and track back, but clearly favours looking up and attacking. But when you consider that we probably don't really have the space for guaranteed start, we do now. The temptation to sign a 23-year-old could clearly pretty much play anywhere. Would be willing to sit and learn while not breaking the bank. Must be really tough for City. So admittedly, I'm no expert on Nunes, but I can see the temptation. You can find bits of many players in this game. Cancelo, Fernand, Gundo, even Bernardo. Good age, right price. Likely to accept conversations. I like it. A bit like an Ake from midfield. And I said, forgot to add one thing. One thing I like about him is he's quite physical too. Not huge, but clearly a good build. Good turn of pace. Seems a hard worker. KDB size, I'd guess. Shouldn't have any problems adapting to physicality of the Premier League. So that's what I said about a year ago. I know you're all telling the age, but this is... That was from a year ago, and I do feel that was a pretty good summation of of what he kind of player he is. I reckon. I'll tell me, man, what are you doing? But I reckon there is a lot of legs to this. Tommy said a good price and wage, a very good source told him players def already, but is it the end? Oh God, I think this is a lot going on here. Matheus Nunes, look, we've got to find. Let me find the quote. Man. Do me a massive favour, by the way. For the fifth video of the day, please, guys watching, 170 people watching, please like the video. Please share it. Please retweet my video on this. It does massively help. I am exhausted. Truly exhausted. My neck hurts. I've got a banging headache. And I was about to put my son get a bath, and I thought, this happened. I just finished with dinner and ran upstairs to do this. So please like the video. It is massively appreciated. Let me find that quote, Guardiola quote on Nunes, because I think it's really interesting. He really likes him. Guardiola once said this about Matheus Nunes. He said he's one of the best players in the world today. Let me find... There we go. He said, sporting a fantastic team. I would say that Matheus Nunes is one of the best players in the world today. He really likes Matheus Nunes. Look... That was obviously crazy at the time, but you can see that there is a general temptation there. Now, he's played against us before. I do like him. Yeah, I should stream 24 hours. Agree. I do like him. I personally prefer Eze because I'm more in the market myself personally. Yeah, I'm trying to sign the players. I like the idea of a guy who's a little bit more attack minded. Like I want to see a little bit of flair. And I don't think Matheus Nunes is particularly the flair guy. He's excellent, but I think he's more of a. He's sort of like. I feel like he's more of an 8, and I sort of feel like he frees up Kovacic to kind of play as a 6 replacement potentially. I don't think he's a 6, but it does give us a little bit more stability in the centre midfield. With obviously Calvin Phillips just been sort of sidelined. Now, it obviously feels like they're going to reject this bid, Wolves. But I would say, and I was chatting to Amos before on the Eze or Nunes video, and he raised a good point. They are absolutely brassic right now. They are skint. Wolves are skint. They're struggling with FFP stuff. They're struggling generally. And they understand that potentially players like this guy might want to leave, And they do need the money. Not every player... Not every player is going to be £100 million, Like, there are potential bargains to be had, especially given the fact that a lot of these players do come because of, like, the Portuguese connection and all that kind of stuff. I won't be surprised if this gets done. If this gets done for around 60 million euros, which is about 53 million quid, I honestly think there might be a chance of that. Mark with the super chat saying, Cheeky's on fire. Premier League is terrified. Cheeky's on fire. Na 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 na. Nunes is on fire. Your president is terrified. Love you, Mark, mate. Love you, Mark. Cheeky's absolutely on it, by the way. I would love this to be true, but I like this. I think he's a good player. Who's working harder today? Cheeky or Steven? It's Steven, I guarantee you, man. Kovacic is definitely more defensive than Nunes, I agree. Nunes is he is definitely more of an attacker. He's got, what I do like about Nunes, to be fair, he's got that sort of gliding elegance that Kovacic has got too, where he can burst past people. He's a really good footballer, man. Like, he's a really smart footballer. He's got an awful lot going to him. He's aggressive, he works hard, and of course, he's not had an incredible season at Wolves, but he's definitely had some really good games where it shows if you had better players around him, maybe he could do well. And look, if you got a summer of Kovacic, Nunes, Guardiola, Doku, I mean, that's phenomenal. Why not Eze as well? Imagine Eze as well, top of that. All of a sudden, like, this squad is just reformed and fun. Like, I am more of an Eze guy. I think I like the flamboyance and the skill that Eze would bring. And I want to see creative players come in, because I feel like a little bit more magic wouldn't go amiss. But at the same time, what is Nunes good at? What I think about Nunes, Nunes is technically very good. He's got a really good turn of pace. He's relatively good at keeping the ball. He's got good ball retention. He's strong. He's aggressive. He does have, obviously, Champions League pedigree at the same time. I think he's, like, as I said, a little bit of his games reminds me of the Shakhtar version of Fernandinho. That's what I see in him. And Shakhtar Fernandinho, of course, was Brazilian, so had a little bit of magic. Matheus Nunes, Brazilian heritage. I think Brazilian born. He's got a bit of that technical ability about him. He's really good at skipping past people in midfield. And he's not necessarily a goals assist person, but he's more of a number 8. It's worth bearing in mind, Gundogan wasn't a goals assist person either until Manchester City. And he's young enough in his career still to accept, to develop that to his games to an extent, I think Nunes could be a really smart signing. I think he could do. Obviously a Portuguese international as well. Look, he's back up his career, obviously. He comes from... I mean, is he Brazilian-born, Matheus Nunes? He is Brazilian-born, isn't he? But he's been over in Portugal for years before he joined Wolves. 11 games for Portugal as well. Look, when did he move? He moved to Lisbon at the age of 12. Okay, so he moved to Lisbon at 12, so that's why he's plays for Portugal. Look, I think he's a really good footballer. I think he's a good footballer. I think he's a smart footballer. I'll try and find some Nunes scout profile to have a quick read ourselves and what he's looking at. But I liked him. I liked him for what I saw. And he would fit this current Manchester City side really well in terms of his talent, his work rate. He often does play as a central midfielder there, as you can see. his heat map, he favours that left-hand side, as you can see in general as well. He's a good footballer, man. Like, his dribbles attempted his attacking stats are good. And this is compared to 5 big leagues in European competitions. His dribbles are really high, actually. 99 percentile, actually, for dribbles at one point. In free balls is 98 percentile as well at one point. This is based off 2 seasons ago when he was at Thingy at Sporting. So you can see pressures, he's good at pressing as well. Apparently he's very good at checking behind his shoulders and receiving the ball. He makes good at scanning, receiving the ball. He's dribbling under pressure is good as well. A natural dribbler. His passing range could be better according to this report. That'll obviously go up with Guardiola. Apparently he's got a decent attacking threat as well. Look, I'm not an expert on him, but I think he's a good player. He's a little bit more. To be honest, he is a bit more. Like, he is a bit more Kovacic in general. Like, there is a bit of that to him. Kovacic a bit more neat technically from what I can see. But he has had some good games for Wolves. And I do think he could be a pretty useful player. Look, it's been a crazy time. And I think Kovacic, Nunes, Rodri would get a rest if Nunes came in. Or Eze came in, you know. I do feel Kovacic can play as a number 6. Nunes would have a decent game there. I think Kovacic more likely because he's technically better than Nunes. Oh, I am exhausted with this. I would love Eze at Man City, but I do wonder if Palace will have a little bit too much. Imagine it was both, by the way. Imagine they could get like Nunes in for around 50 million euros, 50 million quid, and they got Eze for like 70. Do you know what? I like that, actually. Tan says he's similar to Arturo Vidal and Marquisio. I like that, actually. I can actually see that as well. Am I making this up, or did... Let me just Google this before I sound mental. Yeah, didn't Guardiola sign Vidal? Or did he join just after Guardiola left for Bayern? Like, I know... No, I think it was the year after, wasn't it? Because he took a year off after Bayern, didn't he? Did he take a year off before? I don't know if he managed, but I feel like there might have been some crossover with Vidal, because I know he was at Bayern at one point. I can't remember actually. But like, in general, this kind of profile, it does bring something to Manchester City if it happens. You know, it's gone crazy at the moment. It is all a little bit rushed. But what I would say is that we do rate Matheus Nunes. We were in from a year ago. It never happened. So this can't be deemed reactionary given the fact that City have been watching him. Like Paqueta, we were watching him a while back. There are players that we were potentially good. He is Wolves' best player as well. I actually agree. I feel like there's something in this signing potentially. I feel like this is a City player. It feels like this could happen really quickly. You know, like they could get it done within the next couple of days. It's gonna have to be. Nunes absolutely wants to be a Manchester City player. The fee wouldn't be too high. I don't think. I think it'd be around 50 million quid, 55 million quid. I don't think they're expecting much more than that, given everything. And to me, look. It's a decent signing, you know. West Ham getting Mohamed Kudus, by the way, which is wild at the same time. God, this is a crazy day. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit breathless. I'm a little bit tired from all the news today. It's hard to take in. With Bernardo Silva, the thing is that what I would say is, the reason I would prefer Eze is because Bernardo can play centrally and Eze can play wide. And I don't think Nunes is that different to Bernardo, you know, that way. Eze can play wide as well, so I'd like that, man. I would like Eze instead, personally. But at the same time, Nunes is a really smart player. He is a smart player. I can't deny that. Bernardo signing a contract today, of course. Wonderful stuff. City clearly want another player. Doku is clearly going to be announced tomorrow. So Vardial, great. Kovacic been brilliant. Doku will be a great fun addition. Nunes will be a squad player, but, you know, I'm sure he could offer something. He's going to be a project for what it's worth. He'll be a project, you know, if he comes in. He's not going to be perfect straight away. Guardiola will have to improve him. But he does have ability. Guys, anyways, just a quick video. I'm going to go and help the wife get the kid to bed because I want to, because I'm tired. Please do like this video. Please subscribe if you're new to the channel as well. As I said, I've done so much content. I've done so many videos. If you want to see, you know, some more content, please do go and check out my channel right now. I've just done this video, of course, about Matheus Nunes. I'll do a video tomorrow morning about it in a little bit more detail. I did a transfer reaction as well to Laporte leaving Man City. I did, of course, Bernardo extending his contract earlier. A big debate earlier, which is really good fun, by the way. I would recommend watching this. Me and Amos from the City Report podcast had a big old chat about Nunes or Rebbe. You can watch that; it's good fun. And of course, I did that video this morning. This is great. Alex Barker from Your Expert Tifo IRL chatted about Doku last night as well, and of course the rivals yesterday with Joe Tomlinson. So much going on the channel right now. I'm going to leave it there though because I am genuinely exhausted. It's hard to talk. I've talked so much today that I just need a rest. I'm going to get the kids to bed. I love you all loads. Thank you once again for supporting the channel. I do appreciate it massively. Thank you for choosing to be here when you could be elsewhere. It does mean a lot. Like this video, subscribe if you're new. Up the Blues. Nunes, will he be a Blue? Will he join the treble winners? We will find out soon. In a bit. Bye-bye.